I think a lot of this ultimately comes back from when you're kids, right? Like, I remember when there was a really interesting experience I had as a kid regarding contentment, which was why I wasn't content as a kid. Was I remember there was this one kid who was, and I was in fourth or fifth grade, who was the fastest in our class, and I remember thinking to myself, if only I was that fast, if only I could run as fast as him, I would be good, right? And it was that particular moment where we were doing like a relay race, and I was the person who was last. That I realized, oh man, if I was only that fast, I could be happy in life. And I think that was sort of the beginning of me attaching, like we've talked about, the lack of achievement in such like a subjective goal as I'm not good enough. I'm not enough in this. I'm not enough in that. I'm not enough in life. But one thing I would be curious to challenge our listeners is it possible to be enough? Is it possible to be enough in your eyes, not necessarily achieving the things that you feel like you should be achieving? And so it's like in our day and age, right? Like especially in our age group, there's so many goals that we're trying to achieve. We're trying to, like I said before, like you're trying to get that job, you're trying to make that money, you're trying to be successful on the internet, like you're trying to do all these things. But like, what if everything fell through? Like, what if you were completely stripped of all successes in your own mind? Would you still able to wake up in the morning and be like, I'm content in life?
It's like we link so much of our contentment and happiness to our material possessions, to our achievements, to
Right.
the things that we're pursuing.
Yeah.
And it's like in a previous episode we talked about, like when all of that is stripped away, then what?
Have there been moments in your life, and I'm saying this for myself too, where you've experienced something like that, where things have been stripped away, and how did you find joy, contentment in that season?
Yeah, I think the prime example that for me comes to mind is when I was preparing for my competition, and it's actually called post-show. Well, some people call it like post-show depression, but in a similar way, it's like if you've ever worked really hard at a single goal, and you got there, and then after that, you would have experienced this, that there is this drop-off of like, what do I do now? This is it, and I put all my eggs in that basket. It's done. Now what?